All right, so in this video, I want to talk about something that's every real estate media business owner experiences, but nobody actually talks about. So what are we talking about is having inconsistent months and the struggle of dealing with that. Okay, some months you're slam, you have your busy season, right? You're shooting back to back, trying to keep up with the delivery. Then the next month or the following month, you have barely any shoots. You're wondering what's going on. Is it another slow season? Like, what is it? Did I do something wrong? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know that you're not alone and that you're definitely not doing something wrong. It's just a matter of something that every real estate media business owner runs into. Okay. So this is actually one of the most common and painful parts about running a real estate media business. And for today's video, I want to bring clarity to why this happens, how it quietly holds you back, and what the next steps looks like, if you want to get out of this cycle. So my goal here is to give you clarity, not overwhelming. So the roller coaster you probably know too well is you're busy one month, quiet the next, and then you stress in between the cycles. One month your schedule's packed, like all your phone's ringing, you trying to keep up as much as possible. And then the next month, suddenly everything kind of dries up and it's like a desert, right? And then you stress in between those times and you're trying to say like, can I pay my guys this time? Like, do I need new equipment? Bunch of stress that you do not need, right? What you're feeling is completely normal. It's actually more normal than you think. And my slides are broken, but let's not worry about that. So the cycle that most owners get stuck in is the work, project comes in, you get paid, it slows down, you stress about it, you wait, hoping for people to book, then it repeats, right? That cycle continues over and over, okay? In real estate media, inconsistency is not a sign that you are bad at your job, taking the photos, or bad at editing, or bad at delivering the media, or that agents just suddenly stop liking your work. Most of the time, inconsistency is just a sign that your business was never set up to be predictable in the first place. You were, you have your camera and you were told probably that, oh, take good photos and people will come, right? And the truth is simple. Talent alone does not create consistent demand. And that's not your fault. No one teaches real estate media owners how to build a predictable appointment setting flow, right? Most photographers are creative first. You probably got into this craft because you love taking photos, or it was just something that you did and you were like, oh, let me try out real estate, right? You love the craft. You enjoyed the work itself. You enjoyed talking to people. You didn't get into this industry thinking that you wanted to build systems, CRMs, or, pipelines and follow-up sequences, right? But so when things get inconsistent, most people blame themselves, but the real issue is simply you just don't have a structure for generating demand. So how this inconsistency holds you back, let me bring some more clarity on, how this can affect you long-term, right? When your months fluctuate, you get stuck in what we call the creative survival cycle. You shoot a lot, you get paid, you relax when you're, because you're busy. Then it slows down, right? Then you get anxious, you wonder what happened, you wait, then it picks up again at random. You're kind of in this anxiety mode. So the cycle feels normal because many media owners live inside of it, but it's not healthy for your business. It creates unpredictable income, unnecessary stress, emotional decision making. You're making decisions that is not smart, but you have to because you have a choice. You create emotional pricing. You're pricing your services lower, or just because you need to make bills, or you need to pay for someone, you need to pay for your employees for equipment, whatever it is. You get burnt out. You have no planning ability and no stability, right? If you have ever thought, I know I'm capable of bigger months, I just don't know how to make them consistent, then that is the sign. You are feeling the pain of not having a predictable demand system. So here is the simplest way to understand this. Inconsistent months happen because most media businesses have only one source of demand: referrals. Referrals are great, but they're random. You cannot scale randomness. You can't predict randomness, and you cannot build stable income around randomness, right? Imagine driving a car where the gas pedal randomly turns on and off. That's what referral-based growth feels like. And remember, it's not you, it's the structure you inherited. And again, it is not your fault. So, you were taught to focus on the craft, not the system itself. There's two different worlds that actually require completely different mindsets, right? The creative part is, the image quality, the way the video looks, editing techniques, the equipment upgrades you get, from a Sony a7S III to maybe a better camera, whatever it is, right? And making your portfolio looks good. On the other side of that, the business focus is the systems, the process structures, the client generation structure, revenue predictability, all the business stuff. They're completely two different worlds, and most likely you weren't taught the business side of things when you got into this industry. And you have to keep reminding yourself, it is not a skill problem. You just simply have not built the thing that creates consistency yet. So I'm not going to give you the full solution yet. That will come in the next videos. Right now, I want you to understand the next steps in the simplest way possible. The first step out of inconsistent months is realizing that inconsistency is not normal. It is not a personal flaw. It's not a quality issue. Agents are not ghosting you. You just simply do not have a way to predictably create demand. Once you understand that, everything else makes sense. You stop blaming your photos, the way they look. You stop thinking you need new gear. You stop thinking you need to post more content. And you stop thinking that, clients are just disappearing. You realize I have just never built a thing that creates predictable appointments and predictable demand, right, for your business. That awareness alone changes your entire relationship with your business. So look, if you're dealing with inconsistent months, just know this. You're not behind, you are not late, and you're not failing. You just have not built the engine that creates predictability yet. And that is something you can fix. In the next video, I'm gonna break down what that engine looks like piece by piece so you can finally start creating consistency in your business without working harder or burning out, or even hoping agents would just reach out to you randomly. For now, just sit with this one idea. Inconsistency is not who you are, it's just a system you inherited, and you can replace it.